Hey everybody, and welcome back to another Kraken Packs video. I am your host, Mr. Evers. Today we've got another pre-release kit of Ixalan, Rivals of Ixalan, as well as my prize pool from my second pre-release. So we got 4 packs to open and a pre-release kit. So let's get into the pre-release kit first, and then we will do the prize packs at the end. And let's see what we find in this kit. This was a kit that one of my buddies, he registered for the tournament, but then didn't play, so he just offered it to me. So I said sure, and so I took it from him. I said why not? I'll open it up for the channel. So what we got here? We got a green die. Ooh, is that a flippy? Looks like we got a flip promo. How can we cover it? We can cover it like this. I don't like to show the promo until the end, if I can avoid. There we are. Boom. Our promo is a flip card, so we'll put that over there for the moment. Put that off to the side, and let's get into these Ixalan packs. Alright, so we got Imperial Lancer, Lookout's Dispersal, Bellowing Aegisaur, and Tocatli Honor Guard. Tocatli Honor Guard as our first rare. Not the best card in limited. Still fine. He's a 1/3 for 2, which is, if you need the body, I guess he's fine. I played him in a deck randomly because I needed another playable. I needed another playable in white. And he actually ended up shutting off a bunch of my opponent's cards without me really realizing that it was doing it. So there are a lot of enter the battlefield triggers, especially now in Rivals has a lot more as well. So this guy might actually be quite a bit better. So we'll see. Sentinel Totem, fine. Lightning Rig Crew, like for instance, it shuts this off. So this guy comes to the battlefield and it doesn't do 1 damage to everything because this guy doesn't let that trigger. And we got a Glacial Fortress. Alright. Okay, so maybe we're going to play a blue-white deck, right? Because we have a dual land. It's possible that we could do that. I don't know. We'll see. Forerunner of... Oh, it's got a misprint on it. Interesting. I don't know if you guys can see that. In the top left corner there, there's like a little line from the border to the F in Forerunner. It's like a little tiny... It's like a little tiny artifact line of ink. It's almost like the ink ran or got pressed and pulled. Interesting. Anyway, Forerunner. He's not bad for the vampire deck. Flood of Recollection. Huh. Interesting. Stormfleet Sprinter. 2/2 that can't be blocked. And another white rare, Paladin of Atonement. This guy's kind of like... I think he's kind of meh, to be honest. He's a 1/1 for 2 that gets bigger whenever you lose life, and then when he dies you gain life equal to his toughness, which I mean, like, is okay, I guess, but like, I guess it essentially like lets you get a big beefy creature until they're ready to kill it, and then they kill it and it resets you back to however much damage you've had dealt to you, which is kind of interesting. Alright, we've got a Cherished Hatchling here. It's an interesting card. I haven't played with it yet, so I don't know what kind of deal it has. Baffling End is a very good card in this format. Definitely Very good at removing things, especially since it exiles the creature, which removes like any of the new flip enchantments that enchant the creatures and things like that. Like it's very good for that aspect. Sadistic Sky Marcher. And we got a Seafloor Oracle, which is a 2/3 for 4. This is whenever a merfolk you control deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. I would have liked that in the deck I played today, because I was playing an unblockable merfolk deck, which was interesting. And it wasn't great, because I didn't have any of these in my pool. And I didn't have any of these in my pool. So I didn't have like any of the nice early 2-drop merfolk from Rivals, which was kind of poop. Blazing Hope. Sorry, I had this guy, but he's more of a 5-drop than a 2-drop unless you have another merfolk, which you should if you're playing a merfolk deck. But still, 2/1. This guy did work against me in a game in my first pre-release because my opponent swung at me with him. I blocked with a 4/5 to trade it or to kill it, and he sure striked this, so killed my guy and then trampled me for 4 damage, which is pretty crazy. Oof, this guy is pretty crazy too. This is a 2/2 for 5 with Ascend, but at the beginning of each upkeep, your opponent's and yours, you make a 1/1 Sapperling. And then if you have the City's Blessing, your Sapperlings get +2/+2, so your Sapperlings become 3/3s. Well, if you play this on turn 5, if you don't have Ascend when you play this card, you have Ascend basically on your next turn, because on your opponent's turn it makes a 1/1, and then on your turn it makes another 1/1. So unless your opponent removes it off the table immediately, you pretty much hit that Ascend and end up with 2 3/3s on the table. Stone Quarry. Uncommon. Skymarch Aspirant. Reaver Ambush. Oh, snap. Zetalpa. Primal Dawn. So there you go. We definitely would be playing white with this card in our pool. Flying, Double Strike, Vigilance, Trample, Indestructible, 4/8 for 8 is just crazy bonkers. So I think that we would probably, with what we opened here... did I miss a rare somewhere? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, okay. Let's look at the promo card. The promo card is a Path of Metal. That's kind of funny. So I have 2 foil copies of this card now, which is hilarious to me because one is a regular foil and the other is now a promo. So that's kind of funny to me. Kind of weird, like, mark. Maybe I should check the other one and see if it has the same one, but there's like a weird mark like on his feet. I don't know if that's just part of the card that's foiled that way or if it's part of the stamp that's kind of like made an extra mark there. But this card is so when it is battlefield, it deals 1 damage to each creature that doesn't have First Strike, Double Strike, Vigilance, or Haste. Whenever you attack with at least 2 creatures that have First Strike, Double Strike, Vigilance, and or Haste, transform this. You transform this, and for a red and 1, you can deal 2 damage to each opponent. For a white and 2, you can choose a creature at random that attack this turn and destroy that creature. So it lets you basically just like start blowing things up and doing other random stuff. So we definitely would probably look into playing green-white here. So like this guy would be good for that. This would be good for that. This would be fine. This guy would be not horrible, but not necessarily great. Let's take a quick look. This guy's fine for that deck. This card is very good. This card is probably fine because it makes an extra creature, which gets you to your Ascend quicker. A Sanguine Glorifier is fine as well. This guy is good. This guy's fine. This is fine. This card goes in every white deck. Luminous Bonds is in every white deck. Did I pass some green cards? No. Okay. Cleansing Ray is definitely like a sideboard card. It's very good if you're up against the right opponent. You might splash that. This guy's fine. Not much in there. Oh, we got another. Wait. Where did these cards come from? I don't know where these cards came from. But there are more here. Like this guy. And this guy. Another Cleansing Ray, but I don't think you play it. You might end up playing one of these just for the extra ramp. But I doubt you do. Queen's Commission, fine. Fine, fine. This is only a maybe. Like, you play Looming Altasaur if you just don't have anything else. We have a lot of 4-drops. We don't have a lot of 2-drops in white, which is kind of sad. So, like, we'll end up playing both our rare 2-drop white cards, probably. Because if you look at, like, this is sideboard 4, 3, 4, 4, 3, 3, 3, 5, 4, 4, 6, 5, 5, 4, 4, 3, 6, 3, 3, 2, 4, 3, 3, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1. Yeah, so I mean, like, we're way too top-end heavy with these cards. So you would definitely, especially since you have this guy and this guy that you're going to want to run for sure if you're playing white-green. So you're definitely going to cut some of those top-end cards, especially since we have no ramp. We have no fixing and no ramp. Like, we have no cards that add mana. We have no cards that that ramp in any way, so there is that. And then if we want to splash any of our blue cards, we could look into it with Glacial Fortress, but it's very unlikely just because we have no other fixing. Like, we've literally... And we're in green, too, and with no fixing. So, like, we don't have any of the instants or sorceries that go and get a land. We don't have any of the cards that give us extra mana. Like, just... bad news bears all around. So, there you go. I don't know where I put my... Oh, there they are. I was wondering. I was like, I don't know where I put the Ixalan uncommons, but there they are. I don't know. I think you would probably try the white. I think we would build the white-green deck just because we have these things. But then we might just, like, look. Because, like, I mean, these two white cards are, like, eh. They're kind of eh. This guy's crazy. This guy's really good. But, like, maybe you go green something else. Like, if your red or your black is better. You would want to take your time and sort it out and see. But, like, I mean, you may not play green-white just because all you have in there for removal is one Luminous Bonds. There was no other green removal. Like, we had no Hunt the Weeks. We had no... Oh, no, sorry. You have a Baffling End as well. So you have a Baffling End and a Luminous Bonds, and that's it. Other than that, you have no other removal in green and white. So it's possible that you don't go that route. I don't know. Anyway, that was what we got out of our pre-release kit. So let's, we'll leave the rares on the table, and we'll put this stuff in here, like so. And let's open up these prize packs, right? All right, Blazing Hope, Hornswoggle, Daring Buccaneer, and a Tillinolly's Summoner. This card's really good. So it is a 2-mana 1/1 that whenever it attacks, you can pay a red and X, and if you do, you make X 1/1 red elemental creature tokens tapped and attacking, and then at the beginning of your end step, exile those tokens unless you have the City's Blessing. Well, it makes the tokens. So if you play this guy on turn 2, and then on turn 3, you swing and make 2 tokens, that gives you 3 lands, right? And it gives you 3 creatures, so you're at 6. So turn 4 then, you play a land, you swing, make 4 tokens, you now got 8. So turn 5 with this guy gives you the City's Blessing, if you don't already have it from something else. So, like, it can get pretty bonkers. Like, even just drawing it late game can give you... Like, if you play this on turn 4, after playing a turn 2 drop and a turn 3 drop, turn 4, turn 5, swing, you now have the City's Blessing, all those tokens stay on the table. Like, it's pretty bonkers. Flood of Recollection, Pirate's Pillage, Ravenous Chupacabra. This is the card that everybody's talking about. It's a 2/2 for 4 that destroys a creature, so it's literally any other sorcery speed removal that leaves a body behind. It's pretty good. And we got a Tomb Robber, which is a 1/1 for 3 with Menace that says pay 1, discard a card, it explores. So, alright. Prize packs have been kind of meh then. Meh so far. Nothing crazy. Alright. Woodland Stream, Forerunner of the Heralds, Resplendent Griffin, 2/2 flyer with Ascend for 3 that says whenever it attacks, if you have the City's Blessing, put a 1/1 counter on it. Hey, we got another Kumena. I got one of these in my pre-release kit that I played today. So I have 2 of these now, which is sweet. That's just awesome. Just awesome in general. Very good card for the Merfolk deck. I mean, a 2/4 for 3 is already pretty decent. And then she has 3 abilities, which is tap and untap Merfolk you control, Kumena that can't be blocked. Tap 3 untapped Merfolk you control, draw a card. Tap 5 untapped Merfolk you control, put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control. Oh, sorry, each Merfolk you control, I should say. So, I mean, like, pretty good. Forerunner of the Empire. Also, I think this is probably my favorite Forerunner out of all of them. Just because it turns on the enrage of all your dinos, which is great. Now, that being said, I haven't got to play with a Forerunner for Merfolk yet. He seems also good. Or she seems also good. Or it also seems good. I don't know. Thunder Herd Migration. This is a very good card. Very good card. 2 mana, Rampant Growth. Unless you don't have a dino and then it costs you 3. But still just very good. Especially in this set where most of the time in like this sort of sealed format, like if we had opened one of these in that other pool, we would definitely be splashing, like we would play green and splash the white and then play whatever other color we want. Oathsworn Vampire. And our rare is an Admiral's Order, which is just counterspell. But if you attacked, you can pay a blue instead of 2 blue and a generic. Which is interesting, because that means that this is more of an advantageous counterspell for you to respond to combat tricks or things that are happening while you are attacking and or during your second main phase. So it's kind of interesting. And we did get a foil. We hit a foil, and the foil is Curious Obsession, which is an enchantment that says enchanted creature gets +1/+1, and whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, you may draw a card. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you didn't attack with a creature, this turn, sacrifice Curious Obsession. That's interesting how it's not attack with this creature that's enchanted. I think there's another one that does similar thing, only it's with the enchanted creature. If you don't attack with the enchanted creature, you sack it. So there you go. Thank you guys so much for watching. I've been your host, Mr. Brevers. This has been a pre-release kit of Rivals of Ixalan with some prize packs. So I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, may your pulls ever be better.